And good morning. Welcome to Camellia City. This is a podcast about the most magical town in Alabama, Greenville, Alabama. I'm Danan Whidden, and today I'm going to talk about the Christmas holidays in a way and that you may not have thought of before, with the special understanding that a lot of people have a hard time during the holidays. It can be such an amazing, wonderful, joyous time, presents and the music and the food and the family. But sometimes that's even harder if we're dealing with loss of a loved one or heartache or, life stress, money stress especially. Things, this is life. Things go on in our life. And so I'm kind of making this podcast to support you, and I've got some ideas for you. Whether you're really looking forward to Christmas or you're having a little anxiety about it. Now, having said that, first, I just want to say that I'm really excited that Greenville, Alabama is having their Christmas parade this Thursday. I think the theme is a storybook Christmas. And I'm saying that as I get to enjoy the beautiful Christmas lights of the park right next to me, Confederate Park, in beautiful downtown Greenville, Alabama. When I get up before the sun comes up, and every morning I get to see these beautiful lights. It's amazing. It's just a magical place, this town. If you can't see that yet, you should open your eyes. Get a new perspective. Also, coming up in national news, and I don't talk about this a lot except with friends, but if you're up on all this QAnon stuff, it seems that this week might be a little interesting in the news, and I'm just going to hint at that. You may want to pay attention to the next few days, especially December the 5th. We'll see what happens. QAnon has turned from just some sort of, other conspiracy thing that conspiracy people talk about on the internet to something that I think's got some legs to it, and we'll see. So watch your news and we'll see what's going on. And look, I'm not going to spend this whole time talking about Q, but it is interesting to look at. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And you can make your own decision because you're a person with a brain and you have your own discernment when it comes to that. Now, you may or may not hear the street sweeper coming by. That's part of my mornings that I love too, is this city is alive and working, before 6 a.m. So it's just amazing to be here. If you've never visited Greenville, Alabama, you should try, especially during Christmas, and see all the beautiful lights and our beautiful Camellia City. We are, I think we're a secret to most people, and you're missing out, man, if you haven't seen it. Okay, so I want to talk about ways you can deal with Christmas that really not only make you feel better, but empower you. And a lot of times I think people feel crappy at Christmas, because of life, but also because they feel like they don't have any control over what's going on, or, they've got a bunch of family members they're not exactly happy to be around, or, like me, to be honest, you're going through some serious heartache. Yes, it's happening to me too, so I understand it right now really well. Or, it's just not a time of the year that you really look forward to for whatever reason. Past trauma, money stress, you've lost a loved one and you really miss them. Everybody's going through something. And I know that so well. And so here's some things you can do. Okay. I want to reintroduce, if you haven't thought of it in a while, the pay it forward concept or random act of kindness concept. And I want to do it for you. I want you to do it for you. Okay, so stick with me here. There's so many reasons to do this, pay it forward, to give to charity, to help someone out anonymously. That's the whole point of it. And when we do that, it's thrilling. There's a certain kind of thrill to it. And by the way, I am adamant that you must do it anonymously. You must be someone's secret benefactor, okay? And even better if it's an unsuspecting stranger. Because there is all sorts of things that we do. It's just our human nature. If we do an act of kindness for someone in front of a bunch of people or with that person knowing, sometimes there's always a little bit of doubt of like, why is this person doing this? Do they want something from me later? Or I feel like I got to do something for them. So let's just free ourselves of all of that and do these acts of kindness and paying it forward anonymously. So here's the thing. I'm going to give you some reasons to do that. Number one, it's the Christian thing to do. And I'm going to tell you that is why we celebrate this season in the first place. Is it not? You don't have to be a follower of Christ, and you don't have to consider yourself a Christian to have the Christian spirit during this time of year. And I hope that everyone does, because if there's any gift that the life of Christ can give us that religion has failed to do, it is the spirit of giving. And that really includes the spirit of love and giving in love. So experience that from a Christ view, which means you're going to give from your heart, from love, anonymously. You're going to make someone smile, and you're never going to see that smile, but you know it's going to happen. And what that does is it kind of gets you in line with what Christ was telling us to do. Christ told us to love one another. That's it. And it's so exciting that my cat just threw up on the floor. Sorry if you heard that. Okay, number two. It makes you feel better, because when you do these acts of kindness, you have this sense of gratitude that you're able to do this for someone, even if it's just the tiniest little act of kindness. And by the way, none of these they don't necessarily cost money, okay? You can smile at people and open the door for them. Somebody who would never expect a person like you to open a door for a person like them. Have you thought about that? Smile at them. Hey, good morning. How are you? And smile. That's free. And it means so much to that stranger that you just did it for. You have no idea. Even if they act weird at first, don't worry about that. That's not what it's for. You're there to make people feel better, which will make you feel better. I promise if you try it, you won't believe how much better you'll feel. All right. Next reason. It really does help the world. Like I said, we're coming up on some crazy times politically. We're coming up on some really scary times in the world. Do your part. Do your part. Not to make the world scarier or worse, or to talk about this news story or that news story, or I do judge people. I judge people. I discern where someone's at in their life by what they talk about. And if they only talk about negative things, then I know exactly what's going on there. Sorry, the street sweeper's coming by again. I guess he wants my street to be very clean. But help make the world better. It takes zero creativity or brain power to add to the negativity in the world. It takes nothing. But it takes a creativity and a lot of love and smarts to constantly be putting out positive energy to help combat all the negative stuff that's already around us. Why do you want to add to that? We already know all the bad stuff. Okay, Number 4, it's going to inspire others and it will snowball, but you'll never see it. And that's one of the great things about it, is that when you open that door for someone, or when you pay for that person's coffee, who's behind you in line, or when you go and make a donation to a charity anonymously, or when you pay for somebody's Christmas presents or groceries, or whatever you decide to do in your own special way, when that happens, when that act of kindness happens to the other person, they will in turn do something good too. Now, they may not do it at the level you've done it. They may do it more. They may just not be as much of a jerk as they usually are. They may be just a little nicer to another stranger, or just inside they feel a little bit better. And that's worth it. Let me remind you, that's what we've been called to do as human beings on this planet. Period. Could you imagine a teaching or some sort of philosophy of life that is, you are here on this planet to make everybody miserable and to talk about the news and how your elbow hurts and complain to everyone? Go. Now go. Do it. But some people, they act like they got that book. I don't know what the name of that book is. But stop following that book, man. That one's not getting you anywhere. Okay, the next thing is that it does get your mind off your own problems. And this is a good one, and this has helped me a lot in my life. When I've been at my worst, sadness or whatever, I've tried to be like, okay, this is a bad day. I'm going to take $5 and go, do blah, blah, blah with it. Whatever. Try to do something good. It takes your mind off of, your divorce, your breakup, the death of someone in your family, your crappy ass job, the people at church who are being mean. Oh yeah, I hear about that. Oh yeah. Or the people at church who gossip about each other, or your back hurts, you don't feel good. Why, your outlook on life is not so great, or something bad has happened. The way to help heal from that, you guys, I promise you, is to do something nice anonymously for someone else. Make someone else's day a little bit better. Love someone else just a little bit. It will help like nothing else. And in fact, if you're trying to heal from loss or heartache, I can think of nothing better to do that. And I've hinted around at it, but yeah, I've been going through this for a couple of months now, and it has just helped me immensely. I'm very private about some things in my life. You guys who actually know me know that. And it's really has helped to just concentrate on what I can do for the world, not on how I'm hurting. So there. Okay, now here's another one in the concept of as above, so below. As below, so above. When you do good things, when you pay it forward, when you do acts of kindness, I believe that the frequency of our energy, our life force, increases. Think of Elf. Oh my God, I'm going to use the movie Elf as a reference. The Christmas spirit, right? As they sang together, the Christmas spirit increased in the world and made the world a better place. But I'm telling you, in a very real sense, that is true. And the more we're kind to each other in Greenville, Alabama, the more you're kind to, and wherever you're listening, the more kind and helpful and consciously giving and loving you are, wherever your little tiny circle is, the better the world will be, period. I kid you not. Watch it happen. If you don't believe me, try it and watch it happen. So this is why I'm asking you, between now and forever, but really between now and Christmas, do a couple of acts of kindness. Do something random. Pay it forward somewhere, somehow, in some tiny way. There's so many reasons to do it, and I'm telling you, there's nothing but good will come from it. No bad will come from this. Now, I can hear some negative Nellies saying, oh yeah, well, I saw somebody did something nice and then they got carjacked. Okay, Mildred, is that the reason? Did Jesus say, Mildred, love one another except in bad neighborhoods or except when you get carjacked? I'm sorry. When people are so negative like that, I start laughing because it's the most hilarious thing that their perspective is so small and so negative and so, oh, God love them, right? Bless their hearts. Try it. Nothing bad's going to happen to you. I promise. It's only going to make another person's day wonderful. It's only going to make your day wonderful. It's only going to make the world a better place. And thank you so much for listening to Camellia City. And I'll be back soon with another podcast. Say hello to me wherever you see this on social media. And I love you much. Mwah. Bye.